Can you avoid anyone named Chad?
What? Who the f is Chad?
What would you tell your younger self if you had the opportunity to give direct advice? Well, the movie My Old Ass explores this dynamic, where 18-year-old Elliot encounters her 39-year-old future self. The film not only reflects the times we live in, but also highlights the mindset of the modern woman, making it perfect for a red pill breakdown.
Your biggest life regrets. And you ask me to avoid someone named Chad?
One of the lessons from the movie, The Substance, is that your younger self must prepare for your older self. In this film, we'll see how older Elliot tries to prepare younger Elliot for the future, except, well, let's just say the foolishness runs deep. Let's dive in. Quick note, to give you the best experience without copyright interruptions, our full uncut content is available on Patreon. So if you enjoy our content and want the full experience, support us on Patreon. Patreon gang, salute! Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned.
Ain't that a man?
I don't feel anything.
Yeah, it's because you don't tolerate drugs well. Hey, freak.
Who are you? Who the f are you? Where did you come from?
You tell me. You're the one that took a bunch of mushrooms and summoned me here. Elliot, come on. Dude, I'm you. Well, I'm 39-year-old you.
Elliot and her friends go camping on Long Island, take mushrooms, and in their altered state, ask Elliot to share her hopes and dreams while waiting for the trip to kick in. Pay attention to what 18-year-old Elliot says.
Word. I've got hopes and dreams. Okay. Well, I'm just excited that my life is like finally about to start. I don't know, even though the world is like literally on fire and full of uneducated racists, I'm just like trying to force myself to have hope. And I just feel like moving to Toronto and like living in the city and going to school, like it all just feels right, you know? Ugh, like mad respect to my ancestors, but I do not want to be a third generation. I can't be a third generation cranberry farmer and like live in a town with 300 people. And I always feel bad every time I say that, but it's like I've got energy. I've got hype. Like the world is literally our f***ing oyster. Like we've got to live, you know what I mean?
Elliot's words are a perfect snapshot of someone standing on the edge of transformation. She's hopeful but skeptical, excited but scared, rebellious but guilty. She knows what she doesn't want, but hasn't figured out what she does want. This moment captures all the contradictions, dreams, and frustrations of being young, standing on the edge of something new, ready to dive in but still looking back. This is when guidance, mentorship, and wisdom from someone who's been through the trenches are essential. What's better than getting advice from your future self? Unless, of course, your future self has nothing of substance to say.
Tell me everything. Where do we live? Do we have kids? Are we like so happy and fulfilled?
Oh my God, that is, yeah, wow, I forgot how simple everything seemed.
Wait, that sounds dark. Do you die? Am I dead?
When younger Elliot meets her older self, she asks the right questions. Where do we live? Do we have kids? Are we happy and fulfilled? And what does older Elliot offer in return? A whole lot of nothing. The mindset of younger Elliot is the exact reason why so many women in their 40s are miserable, because they were sold a fantasy that life would just fall into place. Older Elliot's fate, single, no kids, is the modern standard, and it's only getting worse. And just when you think she's going to drop some real wisdom, she delivers this gem.
No, chill.
Just tell me something good.
Something good.
Why are you struggling to find something good from the future?
This is good.
Okay.
You're gonna be psyched.
Okay, tell me.
That you are a PhD student. Yeah.
No. What? You're joking.
But I don't want to tell you in what, because I want you to have something to look forward to.
Look forward to?
Yeah.
Did you just tell me I'm in my 40s and I'm still in school?
30s. 30s. Dude, what the f? Did you honestly think that you were gonna be married and have multiple kids in your dream job by the time you were 40? Oh, you did, okay.
This is pure gold. Not for the reasons the movie intended, but because it perfectly illustrates the modern delusion. Older Elliot spent decades in academia studying human behavior, and yet she doesn't seem to apply any of that knowledge to her own life or to actually help her younger self. Think about it. Shouldn't a PhD in psychology make her self-aware, emotionally intelligent, and capable of guiding her past self in a meaningful way? But no. Instead of offering insights on resilience, decision-making, or personal growth, she gives her younger self nothing of real substance. This just proves that having a degree doesn't mean you have wisdom. It just means you paid a lot of money for a piece of paper. And this isn't just an Elliot problem. This is a generational epidemic. Women were told to chase degrees and careers over families. But even if they got their dream job, what was the end result? Burnout, depression, regret. Women thought working 40+ hours a week for decades would be fun. But now they're realizing it's called work for a reason. And now Gen Z women are waking up to this reality and making different choices. So what happens when younger Elliot asks for actual life advice?
Wait, I just got the best idea. You tell me who the next Apple is, I'll invest now, and we can get insanely rich.
Okay, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
Because I don't know how this shit works. I don't want to like get bad karma or like, I don't know, one thing happens and then the other shit happens and like, I don't know.
What is the point of this conversation if you can't give me some like solid advice and then I can just make our life better?
That's not like the fix. I don't think that's like.
You're telling me that wouldn't fix at least a couple of your problems?
I don't think.
Or is our life just so flawless and perfect you don't want to change anything?
Older Elliot, in all her wisdom, gives this groundbreaking piece of advice.
Can you avoid anyone named Chad?
What? Who the is Chad? You have one chance to tell your younger self your biggest life regrets. And you ask me to avoid someone named Chad?
Yeah.
Are you high?
No. Just do it.
What's the weirdest thing?
Are you freaking kidding me? Not invest in the next Apple, not prepare for the upcoming financial crash, but avoid Chad? Now we all know what happens when you tell a woman not to do something.
Elliot, do not have sex with him.
Jesus! I'm not gonna... I can admit someone's face is symmetrical and not them. God.
Just say it.
We had sex. I know. I'm sorry. I know you told me not to. But...
If there's one thing modern women excel at, it's doing the opposite of what they're told, especially when it comes to men. So what does younger Elliot do?
What does your gut tell you to do?
She goes with her gut. Older Elliot's warning only makes Chad more desirable. And why does older Elliot want to stop this from happening?
What's your real name?
Chad?
Now let's talk about who Chad actually is. Because Chad in this movie, he's not a real Chad. Hollywood loves putting male love interest into one of three categories. The toxic bad boy, exciting but emotionally unavailable. The clueless buffoon, a joke of a man who needs a woman to fix him. The emasculated nice guy, a soft, feminine, non-threatening version of a man. Chad in this movie is firmly in category 3, a woman's idealized version of a man, meaning he's basically just another one of the girls.
What the fuck is going on?
I think I'm your one less lonely girl, Elliot.
Later in the movie, older Elliot even says there's nothing bad about Chad. So why is she telling her younger self to avoid him?
Tell me what he
I can't.
does. I swear to God. Tell me. It literally cannot be that bad.
He died. That's what he did. Chad dies. And he dies after you have fallen so madly in love with him that you can't see straight, okay? After you can't imagine loving anybody else ever again. And no, you can't save him. I know that's what you're gonna say, but no, you can't save him. There's nothing you can do. And you can't find anything bad about Chad because there isn't anything bad about Chad, okay? Elliot, it is so hard, okay? It is so hard, and I do not want you to have to feel that.
This is modern female advice in a nutshell. Instead of preparing for adversity, just avoid it. Instead of learning resilience, just run away. Instead of growing through experiences, just protect your feelings at all costs. And let's be honest, if older Elliot really wanted to prevent this, she could have told her younger self the truth from the beginning. But no, that wouldn't create drama. If Chad had been masculine, assertive, or dominant, you already know older Elliot would have found a different reason to demonize him. Modern media can't let women be with strong men. If a man is strong, he's toxic. If he's kind, he's emasculated. If he's perfect, he's still not enough.
No.
No?
No, I'm gonna fall in love with Chad. I'm gonna love him so hard for however long we have.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you're young and dumb.
Okay, but if you weren't young and dumb, you'd never be brave enough to do anything. If you knew how shitty and unfair life would be, you'd never leave your house. You'd never enjoy spending time with anyone because you'd just be thinking about the fact that they're gonna die someday. But when you're young and dumb, you don't even think about that. And that's what lets you actually live. So maybe being young and dumb isn't such a bad thing. Have you ever thought about that?
Fellas, never listen to advice like this. For men, being young and dumb doesn't hit the same. One reckless decision can ruin your life. Child support, false accusations, career-ending mistakes. And women, the consequences hit later when they realize their hot girl summer turned into a cold woman winter. At 39, you expect some level of maturity, but older Elliot is just a slightly more bitter version of her younger self. She's emotionally stagnant. She doesn't embody wisdom, resilience, or self-reflection. Just regret disguised as independence. And just when you think it can't get worse, older Elliot drops this line.
How do you ever know what you want then? Like when you actually fall in love, how do you know that it's real?
You don't.
I feel like it's just like everything feels right, even when it's really hard. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're very wrong. Sorry. It's just hard to explain.
Try. Give me something.
Okay, God. I mean, okay, love. Like, healthy love. I guess it's like safety and freedom all at once.
Sick. Safety and freedom. Okay.
Okay, look, I know it doesn't sound romantic to you, but it is. Trust me. God.
Translation: I want all the benefits of a relationship without the responsibility. And this is why relationships are failing. Women want everything with zero compromise. The security of commitment, but the thrill of freedom. The perfect man who also lets them do whatever they want. It's a fairy tale that doesn't exist. This movie is another example of Hollywood dunking on men while refusing to hold women accountable. Older Elliot is supposed to be the voice of experience, but instead she's a walking red flag. If this film had any real message, it would have shown younger Elliot learning a valuable lesson about self-awareness, discipline, and responsibility. Instead, it reinforces the same delusions that keep modern women miserable. Men are waking up, women are hitting the wall, and Hollywood is still selling the same tired narrative. If you're masculine, you're toxic. If you're weak, you're still not good enough. Final lesson: don't be older Elliot. Patreon supporters, salute! manage where we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.